Allah in the Qur'an criticizes the Yahood for following other than Allah. He says, اتخذوا أحبارهم. The Yahood, they took their scholars and their monks, اتخذوا أحبارهم ورهبانهم أربابا. They considered their scholars and their monks as their Rabb. What did we say? What is Rabb? Those who fulfill your needs, either your physical needs or your needs for guidance. We all know that the Yahood did not worship their scholars. So they were not worshipping them as the Khaliq. Rather, they were taking guidance from their scholars, but how? Blindly, without questioning. اتخذوا أحبارهم ورهبانهم أربابا من دون الله. They were going after their scholars. They were not looking at what Allah is saying. They were looking at what the scholars are saying. They were following the scholars blindly. And so they took the scholars as arbab, min dunillah, parallel to Allah. Now it wasn't about, let us see what the scholars say and compare it to what Allah says. We're going to take scholars as independent sources of knowledge and guidance. And Allah says this is shirk. In our words, today's words, we call this taqleed, where we follow scholars without thinking, blindly. Now this is something that was raised at the time of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. Somebody asked Imam Sadiq alayhi salam that فَإِذَا كَانَ هَؤُلَاءِ الْقَوْمِ مِنَ الْيَهُودِ لَا يَعْرِفُونَ الْكِتَابَ إِلَّا بِمَا يَسْمَعُونَهُ مِنْ عُلَمَائِهِمْ. That these Yahood, they didn't go to their books directly. They learnt about their book through their scholars. They only listened to their scholars. They did not go to their book themselves directly. فَكَيْفَ ذَمَّهُمْ بِتَقْلِيدِهِمْ وَالْقَبُولِ مِنْ عُلَمَائِهِمْ. And this was not accepted by them, from them. Okay, I'm going to summarize it quickly. It wasn't accepted from them, but we do taqleed of our scholars. This is at the time of Imam Sadiq. That Allah is rebuking the Yahood for doing taqleed of their scholars blindly, but we are also, our awam, are also doing taqleed of the ulama. How come one group is told not to do it and one group is fine to do it? This is a very long hadith, a very beautiful hadith. You know, this ishkal sometimes being brought up, and some people think this is the first time they've thought about this. Whereas this is there from the time of the Ahlul Bayt. The issue against taqleed has been discussed from the time of the Ahlul Bayt. So this person is saying, Imam Sadiq, how does it work? Why are the Yahood not allowed to do taqleed, but over here our awam? Awam means the lay people. How come our awam, the lay people of the Shia, are allowed to do taqleed? So Imam replies to him that, look, between the awam of the Yahood and the awam of the Shia, there are some similarities and some differences. And he mentions the similarities, and then he mentions the differences. This is where the difference comes. إِنَّ عَوَامَ الْيَهُودِ كَانُوا قَدْ عَرَفُوا عُلَمَاءَهُم بِالْكِذْبِ السَّرَاحِ وَبِأَكْلِ الْحَرَامِ. That the people, the laymen of the Yahood, knew, they had knowledge that these scholars and monks that they are taking knowledge from, these people were corrupt. These people were liars. These people were doing dhulm. These people were fasiq. This was known amongst the Yahood that these ulama, they're not true ulama, they're fasiq. They hide part of the book. And they only talk about a part of the book. Whatever is convenient for him, they bring about. Whatever is not convenient, they hide it. Everybody knew this is the type of people they were. And then he continues. He says a lot of what the bad things the Yahood, the ulama of the Yahood were doing. And then he says, مَنْ فَعَلَ مَا يَفْعَلُونَهُ فَهُوَ فَاسِقٌ لَا يَجُوزُ أَن يَصَدَّقَ عَلَى اللَّهِ وَلَا عَلَى الْوَسَائِطِ بَيْنَ الْخَلْقِ. Whoever is a transgressor like this, you cannot trust him. If somebody is a fasiq, if somebody hides the truth, then you cannot go and trust them in matters of your religion. Because you don't know if what they're telling you is correct or not. You don't know if they have understood it correctly or not. You cannot take these kind of people as intermediary between yourself and Allah. These kind of ulama, you can't follow them, you can't do taqleed of them. And that's why Allah has condemned them, has condemned the people of the Yahood for following blindly those that they knew they were corrupt. And then he says that if amongst our awam, amongst the awam of the Shia, there are people who follow the ulama who are also fasiq, the ulama who hide part of the deen and follow part of the deen, then they are also reprimanded like the Yahood. But the point is here, أَمَّا مَنْ كَانَ مِنَ الْفُقَهَاءِ if you find somebody, if you find an alim who is a faqih, who is deeply rooted in his understanding of the religion, sa'inan li nafsih, he controls his nafs, hafidhan li dini, he is protectful over the religion, mukhalifan ala hawa, he fights his nafs. He doesn't do things that are convenient for him. He fights his nafs. Even if something goes against him, he will not follow his desire. He will follow Allah's religion. Muti'an li amri mawla, he submits to and follows the command, the order of his mawla. Over here, mawla could mean Allah, it could mean the imam. فَلِلْأَوَامِ أَن يُقَلِّدُوهُ. If you find such an alim, then yes, the awam, the laymen, should do taqleed of such a person. Why? Why, O Imam? Because this person, what is he going to tell you? He's going to tell you the deen of Allah, not what he wants from the deen of Allah. He's going to teach you what Allah says. So when you are following this person, you are actually following Allah, not the person. And this is why the station and the role of the scholars is so important. The taqleed that we talk about is not the taqleed that the Yahood used to do. Let's not make that mistake. The Yahood were blindly following people who are corrupt. Our taqleed is about doing taqleed of people who have the knowledge of the deen and who have enough taqwa, they do not tamper with the knowledge of the deen. One of our teachers used to tell us again and again in class, used to tell us that, listen guys, your role as a scholar is not to put your own marcha masala and then give it to the people. Your role as a scholar is to take the deen and give it to the people the way it is. Do not touch, do not tamper. This was a lesson that one of our teachers kept telling us again and again, that be careful not to tamper with the deen. If the people take the deen from you, it's because they trust you that what you are telling them is from Allah, not from yourself. Because people don't care about you. You are a human being, a normal human being that has no value. What the people want is what Allah is saying. So make sure you give them what Allah is saying, not what you want. This is the culture of the Shia. These are the teachings of the Shias and the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt.